The next option we're going to look at in this video tutorial is actually the product attributes. Now what I will do is I'm actually going to create some attributes and I'm going to create some values, and later on we'll see why this is important. So to do that, I've actually clicked on the product attributes under the catalog, and now I'm going to go and click on add a new attribute. Adding a new attribute is quite easy. You will give it a name, and basically I'm going to name this particular attribute occasion. Public name, I'm going to give exactly the same. URL, I'm not going to worry about this. I'm going to choose this to be indexable, and I'm going to actually go with a drop down list. Okay, so basically this is how you would like your attributes options to be displayed. Okay, once I'm done with that, I'm going to hit on the save button. Straight ahead, we'll find down the bottom a new attribute called occasion. So if I click on it, you can see that I do not have any values in my occasion product attributes. Okay, let's go back for a second. Now to add the actual values to the attributes, you can either go and, like I've done before, click on that particular attribute and then hit on add new value button right at the right top corner, or this little one here, or you can actually do that exactly from this page here, from the product attribute page, by actually clicking on add new value. Okay, so here first of all you'll find the attribute group, and this is all the attributes I have created before. So I have the color, occasion, shoe size and size. Okay, so I'm working with occasion, and now I have to enter some values here, and what I would like to do is I'm going to enter first of all sports. I'm going to hit on save, then add another value. So basically I'm adding some description about the actual products which are used for sports. Then I'm going to add, for example, business, add, save, and then add another value. Then I'm going to add casual, and maybe the last one I can enter here is, for example, sleepwear. Now because this is the last value I'm going to enter here, I'm not going to click on save then add another value. I'm going to hit on this save button here. But before I do that, let's quickly recap what we have done. So basically we have just created an attribute group, and I have entered a couple of values. So think of this as your main folder, and then you have the subfolders which are sleepwear, business, sports and casual, which I have just entered before. Okay, so basically this is going to describe the products a bit more. So the products that you are trying to sell online, this is going to group them even more, and we'll see why in just a second. Okay, so once we are done with actually adding all the values, we can hit on save button right here. Okay, we don't see any changes here, except now that the value count is changed from 0 to actual 4. We can always move our position where our attributes are displayed, and we can always add it, or we can click edit, just delete and view it. Let's view it for now. So basically those are my 4 values for my category, for my attributes, which is called occasion. So basically the idea here is to have different values for different products which are going to be worn at different occasions. So for example, I have some sportswear, some business wear, I have some casual wear and some sleepwear. Okay, now we'll see actually why I have done this. If we move to the products once again, and let's choose any of this. So for example, let's choose this one here. And now if I go to the combination section, so basically what I'm doing here is I'm combining this particular item, this particular product, which is printer summer dress, which is actually this one here. So I'm combining it with other products that I have in my store. Now to do that, what I need to do is actually come to this list here, and now I can actually enter a new combination here by clicking on new combination, or I can go and edit one of the pre-existing combinations here. Okay, so let's go and add a new combination. Now the first value here is the attribute, and this is something that we have just created before. So when I click on this drop down list, I will find the occasion attribute group which I have just created. Under the value, I will find all the values that are right there. Okay, so keep in mind that we're actually talking about a printed sum address. So maybe I'll put this as a casual. Alright, and I'm going to add this to my list. And then what I can do, choose a different attribute, for example size, and I can say that this is a medium size, and I can add that one there as well. Of course, I can easily delete it if I wanted to. Okay, so just bear in mind that attributes are mainly used when you're actually trying to combine different products, and this will give your customers some sort of an idea and some sort of a suggestion what to buy if they're buying, for example, printed sum address. And of course, this is good for you to actually try to advertise your particular products and actually show your customers, look, you have just bought a printed sum address, but also maybe I have something that's in that sort of a combination. So if you're buying, for example, printed summer dress, you can actually buy some summer shoes and whatnot. All of the other values here, I'm just going to leave it as it is, and once we actually go into adding some new products, we'll go through all of this information and choosing images and everything else. Okay, so just make sure that you know what the attributes are, how to add new attribute groups, and how to actually go about adding the values to those groups, as you will need those attribute groups in the later stages when you're actually adding new products and when you're trying to combine your product that you're adding with some pre-existing products, or maybe when you're trying to actually combine two already existing products with each other.